Welcome, everyone, to this presentation and technology demo. My name is Evelyn, and I'm here at California State University, Northridge, introducing my faculty colleagues, Dr. Zhen and Debbie Barry Malmberg.
Yes, hello, and I am Darius. Just so you know, Dr. Chai is an associate professor of special education at Cal State Northridge, and Dr. Malmberg is an associate professor of psychology, a psychologist, and behavior analyst.
Yes, the BRID project, their OSEP grant, focuses on interdisciplinary training of master's students in early childhood special education and master students in behavior analysts.
Today, they will be sharing information about the technology used in simulations during their training of pre-service professionals.
Welcome to Doctors Chai and Malberg.
Thank you so much for that introduction. At California State University Northridge, we are very fortunate to have this amazing resource to use in our OSEP project. And this technology is called SIMPACT Immersive Learning. And the SIMPACT Immersive Learning is a mixed reality simulation system that provides a highly realistic virtual platform for practice in counseling, teaching, and conflict resolution, and many other interpersonal interactions. And an instructional coach can provide a simultaneous feedback. And this technology allows professors to design engaging lessons with hands-on experiences to allow students to practice skills, for example, communication skills, teaching strategies, classroom management skills in a safe environment before they use those skills or teaching strategies in the real life situation.
Some of the key features of SIMPACT are that it is a safe learning environment for students in a classroom setting. The professor of the class designs the scenarios that the students will practice and rehearse together. So these are very individualized scenarios. 1 to 2 students are in the action seat, interacting with the avatar, while the rest of the students and faculty compose the brain. Students are able to pause the session and they can request feedback and consultation, gathering new ideas from their colleagues and their faculty member in the brain while the session is paused. Professors are able to provide coaching in real time during the session pauses. Students are also able to restart portions of the action if they desire. So if they'd like to go back and repeat something that they wanted to practice, they're able to do that. There's also time to debrief during the pauses. And then, of course, after the sessions, there's plenty of time to debrief immediately after the conclusion of a session.
Many benefits have been reported for using this virtual simulation technology, which including comparability to real student or clients, faculty control of the learning experience, and the rehearsal of difficult situations students are not ready to manage alone. So remember, students can pause and restart the session when they get the ideas from the brain. And also it greatly reduced the learner anxiety. So what does SIMPACT look like in a classroom? And here is a picture of some students using SIMPACT in the classroom. You can see the action seat, the red chair is in the middle of the room, right before the big screen, which shows the SIMPACT elevator. And also a lot of students sit surrounding it. They serve as the brain for the person who's sitting at the action seat.
So how do we use SIMPACT in our project? In our project, we're interested in students being able to practice effective speaking and listening skills, using evidence-based collaborative coaching and consultation strategies, and then advocating for appropriate services for their students, and also continuously providing rationales during the scenarios that we have developed for them. So we developed 3 unique scenarios for our students to complete during their classes. In their collaboration class for their OSEP, for our Bridge Project OSEP grant, they participate in 3 2-hour sessions, SIMPACT sessions. And for each one, they have a preparation time as well to prepare for the meeting. The first scenario is a mock individualized education plan meeting with the parents. So two students will pair up in the SIMPACT simulation. There is one of our Masters in Early Childhood Special Education student, and then there's a Masters of Applied Behavior Analysis graduate student. Those 2 graduate students will take the seat in the action seat of a behavior analyst in an IEP meeting and as an ECSE teacher in the IEP meeting. And together they will lead a mock IEP meeting with 2 caregivers. Students from the ECSE program and the ABA program will also participate in a second SIMPACT session, which is the intervention or activity planning meeting, which they are planning with the general education teacher. And then they will conduct a strategy coaching meeting as well. In our SIMPACT sessions, we have a class of anywhere from about 10 to 15 students, and a balance of ECSE students and ABA students. And in order for our students to be able to get the maximum time in the action seat and in the brain, we have 2 students pair up for the first 10 or 15 minutes of the SIMPACT session, and then they might start the individualized education plan meeting. Then we have 2 other students sub in and continue the discussion in that IEP meeting, just as if it were the same student who started off the IEP meeting. So that way we can rotate amongst our students and give everyone some time in the action seat, as well as some good time in the brain as well. And we do that for each of these different meetings that we simulate. So what do students say about SIMPACT? Well, here are some quotes from them. Role play can only be so realistic. This felt like I was in a session with a client. I will say that doing it in a team of 2 at the same time was really helpful and kind of eased the stress of it. Knowing that you have a partner to bounce back and forth with made it easier as opposed to when it's just one person in the hot seat, and they mean the action seat, right? This is a safe space where I can be a teacher and I can push for everything for my students. I enjoyed watching everyone in learning and seeing what the other professionals know and what they didn't know. And finally, I think this SIMPACT really emphasizes how important it is to get to know the other professionals who are in the IEP.
Thank you so much for joining us at Cal State Northridge today to visit our interdisciplinary bridge project and to see how we are using innovative technology to provide interdisciplinary collaborative learning opportunities for our graduate students.
Thank you again for joining us. We were happy to have you.